Welcome to this tutorial DVD video for the Spaldings Air Seeder. In this DVD we'll show how to set up the air seeder, how it functions and how to calibrate it. Connect the power cable supplied with the seeder unit directly to the tractor battery and ensure there is a 32 amp inline fuse fitted to the live cable. The cable terminates with a 4-pin female socket to connect to the main power cable fitted to the seeder unit. This cable is wired into the main control box fitted to the seeder unit itself, and the power passes through the printed circuit board to operate the unit and fans. Take the main grey power supply cable with a male 4-pin plug and connect to the female socket. Alternatively, this cable can be plugged directly into an auxiliary power supply socket on the tractor if fitted. The seeder unit then needs connection to the control panel via the multifunction cable. Connect the 9-pin male plug into the socket situated on the side of the control box and secure with the integral clip. For the seeder to be able to operate, it needs a constant speed signal. Each machine is supplied as standard with a pulse sensor, and this can be mounted to receive a pulse from a wheel stud or a 4-wheel drive prop shaft universal joint. Connect this sensor to the sensor cable in the central port on the back row of the main control box. Each machine is supplied as standard with a second pulse sensor to automatically switch the seed flow off and on again while turning at the headlands. This function is optional. The seeder can be operated manually if preferred. Connect this sensor to the sensor cable fitted into the second port from the left on the back row of the main control box. This cable is easily identified by the red marking at the plug. The optimum mounting position for this sensor is on the rear linkage arm. As the machine is lifted, the contact is broken, switching the seed flow off. When lowered again, contact is resumed and seed flow begins. An alternative method for acquiring a speed signal is the use of the tractor's own ISO bus system, if fitted and activated. A cable is available to purchase as an optional extra that links the control box to the tractor. This will provide a speed signal, and in some cases the on-off facility if fitted within the tractor's system. This makes the 2 pulse sensors redundant and makes it easier to swap tractors as required. Once set up with the preferred method of speed signal, the forward speed is constantly monitored and adjusts the seed roller motor speed accordingly. The seed roller utilizes an independent sensor to ensure positive seed displacement. There are different seed roller options available, depending on the type of seed to be applied and the application rate required per hectare. Other seed rollers are available as optional extras if required. 3.5mm seed roller for lower application rates of small seeds. 10mm seed roller for grain-size seeds. Steel seed roller for the application of larger seeds at higher application rates. Each seeder is capable of applying any granular material simply by changing seed rollers and making a small adjustment internally. To adjust the internal seed flow regulating plate, remove the hopper, which is secured with 12 bolts. Once the hopper has been removed, direct access is available to the flow regulator plate. With an 8mm spanner, loosen the 3 bolts to make movement of the plate possible. For large seeds, the plate needs to be at its lowest setting, making the seed roller flutes fill at the rear. When applying small seeds, the plate needs to be set at the highest position, allowing the seed roller flutes to fill from the top to ensure constant seed flow. Once the plate has been adjusted, the hopper can be refitted. Changing seed rollers takes just a short time. First, release the hatch below the seed delivery channel. This is the same hatch to be opened in order to calibrate the seeder unit. Remove the seed direction baffles by pulling them in a downward motion to allow complete access to the seed rollers. Now remove the drive gear cover plate to gain access to the seed roller drive gear and the agitator shaft drive gear. Remove the securing roll pin or circlip depending on the machine. Once removed, pull the gear off the shaft. Remove the bearing housing by undoing the 3 Allen screws. The seed rollers are now removable by sliding along the shaft and through the casing of the seeder unit base. This is achieved by putting your arm up through the open seed hatch. When applying oilseed rape, it's important to fit the seed roller brush to ensure the fluted seed roller remains free of residue from the seed coating. At the front of the seeder base unit there are 3 bolts that need undoing with an 8mm spanner.
I might need one, yeah.
Once the seed rollers are removed, the brush is fitted through the seed hatch. Once the bolts are loose, slide the brush up over the seed roller shaft and secure with the bolts. The final adjustment is made once the seed rollers are refitted by ensuring the brush is in constant contact with the rollers. When changing seed rollers, it's important to check their sufficient tolerance to allow the spacing segments between the fluted rollers to spin freely by finger pressure. If the rollers are too tight, it may result in seed being driven between the spacer and seed control flap, over applying seed. If the seed rollers are too tight, sand the face of the end spacer washer down using medium sandpaper. It's important to fully tighten the bearing housing before checking for adequate tolerance. Refit the drive sprocket and gear cover. Once the seed roller fitting is complete, adjust the seed roller flap to the correct position. This is done by moving the handle up and securing with the thumb screw. When applying small seed, ensure the seed control flap is adjusted up as tight as possible. The seeder unit is now ready for calibration. All calibration is done electronically on the in-cab control box. Using the up and down arrows, move between each calibration stage. Set the LED light against the kilogram per hectare level on the display. This is where you enter the seed application rate you require. Press and hold the set button for approximately 2 seconds until the display flashes. Then, using the up or down arrow, adjust the displayed value to the required rate. Once the correct rate is displayed, press and release the set button to store the calibration. Place some seed in the hopper, ensuring that the seed control flap is set in the correct position. Open the seed hatch and remove the seed direction baffles. Place a container beneath the seeder unit to catch seed as it is run out for calibration. When using a small seed, it's important to run a tiny amount through to ensure the fluted rollers are full before further calibrations. Set the LED light against the kilogram total on the display. Press and hold the set button for approximately 2 seconds until the display flashes. Using the up and down arrows, adjust the value on the screen to read 1.00. This is critical as it tells the control box we're measuring seed weight in grams per rotation of seed roller shaft. Once this value is reached, press and release the set button so that 0.000 is flashing on the display. Manually switch on the seed roller to run seed into the container. There's no given time this has to run for, just run it so that you have a reasonable amount of seed to weigh. Weigh the physical amount of seed captured. Using the up or down arrows, adjust the reading on the display to match the actual weight of seed captured. Once this value has been entered, press and release the set button, and then press and release the set button a second time. Set the LED light against the hectare level on the display. Press and hold the set button for approximately 2 seconds until the display flashes. Using the up and down arrows, adjust the value on the screen to match the working width of the machine the seeder unit is attached to. This value is in centimeters. Once the value is correct, press and release the set button. To calibrate the speed, a measured distance has to be driven. It's strongly recommended that this is 100 meters, but if necessary, 50 meters would suffice. It's important that the distance is correctly measured, using either a land wheel or long tape measure. When calibrating the distance, it can be done at any speed, consistent or varying, as it is the distance that's crucial. Once you have the distance measured out and marked out, position the tractor at the starting point. Set the LED light against the kilometers per hour level of the display, and press and hold the set button for approximately 2 seconds until the display flashes. Press and release the set button a second time and begin driving. As you progress, the value on the display will ascend. Stop at the end of the measured distance. Using the up or down arrows, adjust the value on the display to match the distance travelled, in this case 100 meters. When you have the correct value entered, press and release the set button, and then press and release the set button a second time. With the LED light against the kilometers per hour level on the display, while driving your tractor, speed display should mirror the speed displayed on the seeder unit control box. The calibration process is now complete, and the seeder unit is ready for work. Thank you for watching this tutorial DVD. If any further information is required, then please call Spaldings on 01522 500 600.